Right, should be live now. Hey, welcome everyone. Gonna go over a few replays now, sort of like have some fun, take some piss out of some bots, including mine, and see how it's working. And then probably go over a bit of how the future of the ladder's going to work. So yeah, we finished our last season. I won, yay, with a nice little cannon rush bot. So, you know, it wasn't perfect by a long way. In fact, I will show you why it isn't perfect with the very first replay. I think this is me against Beyond Junior. Or wait, no. I've loaded up the wrong replay, which is a great start to the stream, but hell, we'll go through this one anyway. This is Beyond against H-Jax, I think. So Doctor's bot is Beyond. Yeah, Doctor starts off with this nice little walling up early.
Link your Twitch or whatever to your Discord.
How can I do that?
Go to settings and connections.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. How do you do it? How do you do it in there? Hold on.
Go to your Discord settings and press connections, and then you'll just see a Twitch sign symbol.
Streamer mode enabled. It should be enabling streamer mode. I'm not sure exactly what that gives me.
That'll just mean we can just press on your Discord account when you're streaming, and it'll automatically take us to your thing.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll do that another time. I'm not sure exactly. Can you see the stream? Can you see an option in there to do it?
Wait. I'm talking about Discord settings.
Yeah.
Let me try and find your stream in first place, because I have no idea where it is.
Hold on. It's in the general random channel.
Yeah, it's linked in random and general, I think.
Yeah, in general.
Alright, let me see where is it.
Anyway, I think we're missing the first game, so we'll come back to that. I think someone's got some rather loud stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you cut that down a bit, or is that?
Yeah, no, I'll mute my mic, don't worry.
That's fine, man. Yeah, for the moment. So yeah, I think H-Jax bot has got a very early kind of Zerg rush coming straight down. Now, I do like the warning off that Doctor's done. That won you quite a lot of games, I think.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Using the tree symbols and then lower them.
Yeah, that's really good. But yeah, essentially, I think you've got not many minerals at the moment, so you're trying to use as many minerals as possible to fix your supply depots. I think Doctor is on the chat, but I'm not sure if he's actually able to listen in at the moment.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, hey dude.
Hey dude.
We're just going through your... Oh, we've got massive echo.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on headphones.
Cool. But yeah, we've got... Oh god. That echo is gonna kill me. That's better. But yeah, we've just got you against H-Jax, I think this is. But yeah, we'll see. He's producing... Or what's this mozzarella? Hold on, let me just check.
Yeah, this looks like mozzarella.
Yeah, I think it's mozzarella. Yeah, sorry. I've got one of H-Jax coming up in a minute. But yeah, this is one of your 45-minute replays, so...
Oh, really?
I'm not sure how this gets to 45 minutes. Or...
I don't think mozzarella can finish me if I lift a building.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
Actually, I don't think most of you guys can finish me if I lift a building.
No. I'll just turn the sound down slightly on this, because else it's going to get really... Okay, that's better.
Which, I mean, it's kind of a dick move to lift, but
Yeah.
considering I was going Reapers, I didn't want to get in a situation where I could win it with my Reapers against the Zerglegs. But I would lose my whole base, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand, but... No, there's one thing that... Oh, so yeah, Mozzarella Bot is basically creating lots of banelings as well. They're not very good against flying buildings either. So yeah, I think
true.
I think at this point you're pretty much done for.
I think so too.
I mean, the game goes on for another 45 minutes. Does anyone want to sit here for 45 minutes watching this?
Not really. I think the 5-minute without unit dying detection would be decent too.
Yeah. So
eventually.
The problem I had this season with a lot of stuff is because it took a lot longer to process all the games, because a lot more games were going to 45 minutes and going to ties. So I might just say if it goes to 45 minutes or a tie next time, then it's a draw. But then that might encourage more of just taking off your buildings type of thing. It's up to you anyway. Like I don't know.
I mean, if it goes to a draw, it definitely lives the buildings.
Yeah. So this is what I want to take a look at, which is the close one I think I linked to you earlier.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. So this is me with my Cannon Rush and Void Ray backup against you with your Reapers. So I think you do
Cannon Rush doesn't work on certain maps, right? It's like the Acolyte and there's another Interloper. Doesn't work sometimes.
I'm not sure at the moment. Like I know some people have been reporting problems, and I think next time I'm going to do the grab maps from the server thing. So yeah, so I think you've got a nice little worker harass. The problem is that my workers are often told, like, if you see something coming into view, go and attack it, but it's only the first worker that does that. So the rest
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why I sent 2.
Yeah. So I think after I get a couple of cannons up, I think you're done for with that.
That or my workers just lose interest for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, locally, I would never lose to the example bots.
Yeah.
But online, my workers would just lose interest for some reason. I think that's a newer bug I introduced somehow. So.
Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, so you've got both of your barracks up, and
What you should do is you should set if your probes or SCVs or whatever like size is equal to like all units at size, then they should always attack whenever an enemy is near. Because that means like that's literally all your fighting force.
yeah, no, that would be a good idea. I might put that in the next one. Wait, is he just going to stand there forever? Oh, so many workers.
How many has it got?
Ah.
I know, it's so dumb. I feel like the reason I won so many of my games is just because of the 2 workers at the start.
Yeah. Although you don't get any things out.
It's because of the cannons. If I see cannons, I don't bother with Reapers. I still bother with building the barracks for some reason. But I decide, hey, you know what? My Reapers aren't smart enough to deal with cannons. So
yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Let's not build in it.
So yeah, I think it's just going to get to a point where you start building battle cruisers.
Yeah. And we'll start building battle cruisers once it decides to stop building Reapers.
Yeah, I think you've made the start on it now, but you've not got enough minerals to actually make them.
I don't have the fusion core yet.
Ah, yes, you're right.
What's really funny is when the games go really long, my bot never stops building supply depots.
Yeah.
So eventually my entire base will be supply depots, and my entire natural will be supply depots.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I actually have the same bug as well. it just keeps building them everywhere. Because I have in my code, it's written like, if you have supply that's like less than what the maximum, build another pylon. So as soon as it gets to 200, it says maximum is 200. You know, pylons are 200. Oh, I need to build another pylon.
I actually had code in there to check to make sure it was also less than.
Yeah, I wasn't that clever.
But it didn't work, so.
Yeah.
Try and set it if it's like equal to 200 or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's actually equal to 400. The supply in StarCraft is doubled internally due to Zerglings taking up half a supply, and
yeah.
the nature of floating point numbers being equal. So instead of using floating point numbers, they're just like, let's double everything and let Zerglings be 1 supply, Marines be 2 supply, etc.
Yeah. So I thought it was quite nasty you managed to get a battle cruiser out before I managed to get my first warp void ray out.
Whoops.
Yeah. You had some nice code in there which jumped straight back to your main base if you got damaged though, and then started repairing it.
Yeah, I managed to get that in before the deadline, but the Yamato's not quite.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's cool.
No, it's definitely really nice. Like, the thing is with the Yamatos, it's really super good because even if you only Yamato 1 unit, it's basically guaranteed to be cost effective, especially against Protoss.
Yeah.
Because the Stalker costs about as much as it takes to repair a battlecruiser.
Yeah.
So, like, minus the initial investment, like, you're just gonna do a whole bunch of damage. Or at least trade equally, you know?
Yeah. So I'm starting to get some void rays out. Yeah, I think your problem on this one is you don't start mining gas from your natural, do you?
Yeah,
So-
that's a problem.
Yeah.
That is fixed now, and it's actually part of the little replay pack I'm setting up, or not the replay pack, I think we're going to call it Tech Lab. It's
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So the problem you run into quite a lot is that you can't repair your battle cruisers because you don't have enough gas.
So many battle cruisers, lots of gas to repair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I almost get to the point where my battle cruisers will stop fighting, because they won't move out again until they get to full health.
Yeah, is this where... No, I think you can still repair them for the moment. But yeah, I got a couple more void rays coming out. But all my poor workers are going down. I really should put in some code to target the damaged ones first. So I think I think they go back at like 150 health, don't they, or something like that?
Yeah, they go back, I think, at 1/5 of their health or something. What was less than 100? I'm not quite sure. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think teleporting's instant, so I could probably do even less than that.
So I think you just have the one battle cruiser there getting fixed now.
I mean, if anything, if I learned anything from this, it's the battle cruisers are actually pretty strong.
Yeah, they are.
Especially once they get to 3-3.
Is that what they're at? Oh god, yeah. Yeah, so I think at this point you're running out of gas pretty... Oh, you've just run out of gas, yeah.
Oh, I got one more. Oh. Now I'm done.
Yeah.
So the thing is if I lose these battle cruisers, or even if they get to 100 health, then they'll never attack again.
Yeah. So I get him down to... So there's 2 more incoming, and then you can't repair them. Ah, and I just don't have enough.
I know, it's really dumb because cannons are buildings, my battlecruisers don't know to shoot them.
Yeah. And I get the last one down to 350 health. It was so close.
I mean, will you keep building probes after this?
Yes. Yeah, so if I...
You don't have any probes on minerals, though.
Oh, no, because there's no minerals left, so my base won't build probes unless there's minerals to actually mine.
Oh, okay. They won't long distance mine?
Yeah. They'll only build probes if there's that one's near. But yeah, you have like 4 battle cruisers here that you just can't repair. And then I go boom.
That's so few! Oh my goodness. My current version of the bot gets so many battle cruisers, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. But that was pretty close. I actually had 350 health, and it was like, if that had gone that little bit lower. If I build some logic into my bot to target the most damaged battle cruiser, then next time.
Oh, in the end, you have 333 upgrades on your battle cruisers.
Yeah. That's quite crazy.
That's pretty strong. Not quite as strong as Yamato, but still pretty strong.
Yeah. So, I'll go with this one. Oh wait, no, that's the one we had a look at earlier. Damn it. Oh wait, no, this isn't the one we saw earlier. There's another one of yours against Mozzarella's. So I think it's interesting to see how the probe harass goes on this, because I think you get taken out pretty early by the Zerglings. But let me have a look.
I also don't know why my SCVs aren't focus firing. I think maybe they are?
I think they are, yeah. Oh, no, one's run away.
Like, they'll try to go for the one with the least amount of health.
Yeah.
And so they just run away for some reason. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get your barracks taken out pretty early. But yeah. Oh!
Is that walling like customized for this map? Like it's always perfect.
The wall-in doesn't use any map-specific code, except for 2 maps on this ladder pool. Proxima Station, because Proxima Station has a pocket expansion, so it thinks the closest ramp is actually the ramp to the it thinks the map it needs to wall off is the ramp that leads to the pocket expansion, because that ramp is the closest to the base. You know? So I have code that says, hey, don't wall off the pocket expansion.
I'll be right back in like an hour.
Cool.
Okay. I think I have custom code for Abyssal Roof too, but other than that, it's
pretty good actually. Yeah, it's really.
I do like the constant battle of trying to use up your minerals, but I think one of the problems is Mozzarella is trying to turn them all into banelings, and the banelings just don't have anything to attack.
Are they trying to attack the workers?
They're trying to turn to banelings to attack something, but yeah, they can't get through.
I feel like they're trying to target the workers.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is. Like, attack move should just hit the buildings, I think.
Yes, I would imagine so, unless they just sort of like specifically try and target the workers first. But yeah, I think this is just going to be half an hour of the banelings just running around there not doing much.
Do I never transition? Oh, I can't build a factory because I don't have any barracks.
Yeah. So I think this might just go to time eventually, but...
It should, because my bot's gonna get stuck not building anything.
Yeah. Although it's interesting to see if they finally get through. But I think with so many minerals, I don't think they will.
Okay, I'm making a note about the barracks if I don't.
Yeah.
The wall in code isn't as impressive as it looks. Like, it can't do any choke point on the map. It only can do that one ramp. So, I mean, hopefully it gets better with time.
Yeah. I mean, we're still pretty early in development of the bots. Like, I know my one is gonna be a lot better for next time as well.
Are you gonna borrow the code? Well, I guess you haven't really even seen it much, but
No, I haven't.
the macro up code.
Possibly.
Okay.
So I want to kind of like be a bit more adaptive in my strategies and kind of just so possibly send out an observer first and then try and figure out like what the opponents are building and try and sort of like adapt my strategy to that a bit, which would be cool. But
I don't think the banelings are going to be able to get in.
no, they're not. I'm just going to go seeking a bit further forward.
Or maybe they will if the replay's only 23 minutes.
No, the replay is 36 minutes, but...
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So I might just kind of like quit out of this and assume it was a draw. I
think whether or not it's a draw, like...
Yeah.
There's clearly not a winner.
Yeah, so Mozzarella can't mine, and yeah. So yeah, I'll yeah, it was a big problem this season actually, because the games took so much longer than last season because nobody could actually get through your walls. So
yeah.
It was all your fault, man.
Yeah, I don't take responsibility. I was the guy who could have breached the walls.
That's cool, man. It's all good though.
Yeah,
it's really impressive. But
the wall code was such a pain to write.
Yeah.
A couple times I almost just gave up and hard coded it, but I'm like, nah.
Yeah. So this is Mozzarella versus HJax. Mozzarella is red. HJax is blue.
Are we ever gonna get names for the bots?
I'm not sure. That could be in the next Blizzard release, which they said is coming out very soon. So
okay, you should hit up Kevin. Yeah. He said it was a very, very easy thing to implement. So.
Yeah, I was talking to him last night about it. Well, not about this specifically, but about a lot of stuff with kind of like the future of how we're going and everything. So, like, I was going to go over this a little bit. The idea being that I want to kind of like turn this into a proxy-based system with constant games and ELO and everything. But it's just going to be kind of like I want to do it properly. I don't want to rush it out. So it might be a little bit of a time before we actually get to the next kind of like big tournament.
Sure.
So I was considering doing one in the meantime, possibly like starting in a couple of weeks, just give everyone time to develop something. But what I worry about most is like I don't want to tell everyone, hey, use the DLL interface and come and make a new bot because it's going to be awesome, and then we're going to get rid of the DLL interface at the next tournament. So
well, I mean, if you announce the tournament using the DLL interface, just use the DLL interface and then have the next one after that be
yeah.
Or
So yeah, just going over the bank.
or how about instead of doing that? Like I know we can probably wait a little bit. Like we're gonna have to wait a little bit before the new stuff comes out, but we might be able to have sort of an alpha test of it running, in a few weeks also. So how about instead of doing this, we make the next tournament sort of an alpha test, and so everyone who works with that will know that this is not going to be for sure the final version, and a lot of things are going to change, but this is alpha testing, and if you're interested in joining alpha testing.
Yeah, no, that would be an option, but I do worry about that slightly in the way that, like, if you run a tournament and tell people it's alpha testing, then it's still like, oh look, you're gonna run a tournament.
Yeah.
People.
I don't think we should have an alpha tournament. I think we should have an alpha testing. But
Yes.
like,
Yeah. Like.
If we're gonna do another tournament, it should definitely be using the system we already have in place.
Yeah.
Until we're ready, you know.
Yeah. Until I don't really want to go in organised tournaments until it's absolutely ready to go. But yeah.
Well, I'm down for just using another version of this season's, like, just like maybe one more, because like it was definitely really exciting seeing all the changes and improvements everybody made to their bots. I don't want to like hold people back from developing the new ladder, but at the same time, like, there have been a lot more people who want to join on the scripted bot bandwagon, so I don't want to like drive them away.
Oh no, not at all. Like, I want to kind of like get as many people involved as possible. So like, the only other issue that I found was like, obviously it took a long time to set the thing up this season. So if we were going to do it again next season and we had more bots, like there'd be a serious scaling issue of my laptop. So I might have to kind of like rely on a few other people to also run games. So
sure. I have spare computers to run games. Yeah,
that'd be cool. We'll figure it out anyway. Like, so, I mean, like, I was already considering doing it kind of like in a couple of weeks, just kind of like setting up something on the old system.
Okay. But, and you can always remove the example bots if needed, if you want to reduce the number of games being played. Because, I mean, right now, most of us have at least an 80% win rate against the example bots.
Yeah.
And having more new bots on the ladder will kind of like take their place. Like, they're not quite as far along, and they'll help like keep things in check, but at the same time we'll get more participants, you know?
Yeah. So like, I'd like to leave one on there, possibly the Zerg one, because that has the biggest win rate, but yeah, just as a kind of power check. And also I might receive my command center one that's just like a little command center script that's not very intelligent. So, but I mean, that's fun, but it's just a basic Zerg rush.
No, it's an important one to have. Like, yeah. I had to set my bot to wall up like a minute earlier against Zerg.
Yeah.
Like, normally I build supply depots when I need them, but if I detect Zerg, I just add 2 extra supply depots to the build order.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's just throw these up by 2 minutes. Because I was thinking Mozzarella was going to do the 2-minute Zergling rush, but he didn't. So.
No, he's a bit later this time. But no, it was pretty good. He's now transitioning into Banelings and kind of like doing all sorts of cool stuff. But H-Jax was actually the new bot on the ladder this time. And, you know, doing really good with the roaches. Like, he gets a bit dominated early, and I think there are a few replays where Mozzarella does actually beat him before he can get to roaches. But this one was one where he managed to get a victory out of it, which is good.
I went to bed with my bot 0.02% behind H-Jax's bot. I woke up 15% lower.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like,
all good.
The way I run it was just I saved all the crash reports into a sort of like folder, and then I
the games that crashes are almost certainly games I was going to play.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just more of a surprise than anything. I was like, oh, 0.02% back! Because we were swapping percentages, like spots on the ladder all day. Sometimes 9 per second, sometimes 8 per second.
Yeah.
Then well, whatever.
But yeah, next time I might just make it so like I'll upload the crashes at the end of every day or something, and then do it that way. But yeah, that was H-Jax. I mean, that was a really good effort for like the first season he's been on there, so he done really well on that.
Yeah, it was quite impressive.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Does any of these bots adjust his strategy, like against,
I think only. Oh, yeah, sorry. I think only mining crypts do slightly, a little bit.
My one was adjusting the positioning of the first pylon based on like a win-loss ratio, but I mean that ended up biting me in the arse a bit because I ended up just losing maps because I didn't bother making the pylon properly. But yeah, I'll have a look at one of these things. So
yeah, my bot will switch to battle cruisers under certain conditions. If there's flying units it can't shoot, that like such as void rays, mothership core, or cannons, or if my Reaper rush totally fails and I'm like out of Reapers by 4 minutes. So it's pretty simple, but
yeah.
Also, there was a bug, so it always transitioned to battle cruisers at 4 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, there was a few bugs in there, but got through it eventually.
yeah. No, I think battle cruisers is a stronger strategy.
Yeah.
At least at the level of micro my bot currently has.
Yeah, I think going forward, when people learn not to just kind of like counter what they see there and try and actually make some more adaptive stuff, then I think it's still going to be pretty good. But hopefully, we'll get to a stage where we can just have like a more generalized AI system.
I was thinking about adding a scripted language component.
So yeah, I like what Command Center does with that, with having the JSON bots up. But I don't think there's enough control in there to really kind of like for a lot of what
Sure.
very advanced. But what's in there is really good.
I was thinking about taking my bot or taking it to the next level because most of the logic for my bot is handled in one single file now. It's the strategy manager, you know, and most of that could be loaded from a text file. So you could have like I don't know if you've ever seen Age of Empires 2 style AIs, but it's just a text file that has a bunch of rules in it.
Yeah.
So potentially, like, I don't know if that would help the community at all, but like,
that
you
would
could
be
transform.
really cool.
You have that be the next level, you know?
Yeah, no, that'd be really good. Yeah, I don't know. The code for mine is very, very messy because, like, the day before the ladder started, I realized like half the code hadn't been written that I wanted to write, so it was just kind of like some mad rush. Honestly, like, if you looked at some of the code, it looks like it's been written by an autistic 5-year-old at the moment. So, so I need to clean it up and then I'll release the code. But like,
okay, right now I think I might be the only open source bot.
yeah, the code for mine is on my GitHub. It's just very old code, so like, it's not reflective of the current state.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I run into problems here against HX when he gets these Zerglings out and then starts running after me. Although I might get a cannon up.
Did you take HX's advice about building the cannons in your base to fend off rushes?
Yeah, well, I was kind of like building some cannons early just to defend against Zerg Rush, and then I decided, that's quite fun. I might just build them in the opponent's base too. Do a bit of a cannon rush. But yeah, I think this one gets stumped by the Zerglings, unfortunately. Oh, there goes my poor probe.
Oh, does it
Do you cancel the cannons?
No.
Okay.
No.
I might include code to detect that in Tech Lab. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing that I want to include in the library. It's just like higher level stuff like that.
Yeah. That would be really good.
Just so we don't have to duplicate effort all the time.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I keep sending probes to try and build another pylon there as well, which is probably a mistake.
Whoops, it is.
I should probably code it a bit so if it gets stopped, I can just go and transition straight away.
I'm a big fan of scripted bots. I know a lot of people are a big fan of machine learning stuff, but
yeah,
scripted bots are really fun.
Yeah, it's always good to see if you can make something that's gonna beat everything else there. But I kind of want to do something that's a bit of a mix between the two.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's one of the reasons I think at least having the framework for the scripted language would help.
Yeah.
Because then you can do a machine learning layer on top of the scripted language for bots.
Yeah, no, that would be really cool.
It doesn't have to learn how to focus fire. It'll just know how to do that instinctively.
Yeah. So yeah, we see HX destroying me. Oh well.
Whoops a daisy.
Yeah. My poor lone cannon can't take out everything. No. But yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think at one point I had 100% win ratio after like 60 games or something. And I thought...
Yeah, it was quite impressive.
I'm going to go through the whole season with just like... just losing like 0 games or something. And it's like, oh no. Now my learning engine is kicking in and I'm starting to lose everything. Because originally I just set up like places to put the towers, the pylons, and I thought that's close enough, and I'll just have it sort of like learn around there and see what works best against various spots. It turns out the positions that I put them originally were really good. Just the positions it tries to learn to are really bad.
That's hilarious.
But yeah.
You can never predict what computer 6 is.
The learning bots might do worse than the scripted bots.
Yeah. Well, they will do, because as soon as like you try and make a learning bot actually learn, it's gonna be worse than what it would be if a human is sitting there telling it exactly what to do, until it actually learns what to do itself. So
yeah, you need to train it a lot, before actually put it out.
Anyway, I'll just show you that I can actually win a game for anyone who's watching who doesn't believe that my bot wins any games. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, finishing first of the ladder, yeah, none of us believe that you're anything.
Yeah.
Natural conclusion.
Although this one takes 22 minutes, so I'll probably just end up getting my void rays out or something.
Well, yeah. I'd be surprised if your bot won any faster than that, to be honest, because you do a cannon contain, which is already going to take it to like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then void rays is going to be another 5-10 minutes on top of that, so...
Yeah, this one gets stuffed as well. And there it goes. But yeah, so this is against the CC Zerg bot that I had. So I think the problem with this one is it just can't get through the cannons in my base.
Yeah, it would have to stockpile quite a few Zerglings in order to get past that.
Yeah.
And the thing is static defenses are designed to be really strong early game, but they really taper off as people get their weapons upgrades.
Yeah.
Because static defenses don't scale with the weapons, very much at least. I know Terran you could get like building armor, but you can't really upgrade the armor of static defenses. So without upgrading weapons, most bots are going to have a hard time getting through cannons, just because of how the game is designed, I think.
Yeah. That seems to work well, but yeah.
I mean, also if they never attack the cannons, that's...
I don't think the Zerglings can get close enough at the moment. But
well, they get to the cannons.
Yeah.
They should have taken out one cannon by now.
No, that one's not doing too badly. See, the problem is, once they start attacking my Nexus, they can start building up a lot of them to come through, but they never quite get to that level of...
Well, they never attack the cannons, they try and do a run-by.
Yeah.
Trying to attack the probe.
Like, if they don't attack the probe, that first cannon should have fallen.
Yeah.
Exactly. We had like 8 seconds just now.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything. If you have twice that many Zerglings, you can take out a cannon.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think at this point, I just get up my void rays.
Do you get weapons upgrades for your void rays?
I haven't yet. That's going to be in the next version.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, a lot of this was actually written like in about 6 hours the night before I was going to start the ladder, when I realised that I haven't done half the shit that I wanted to do for my bot. So it was like, quick, get everything working.
Yeah, impressive. I spent way too much time trying to make my bot coded in a strong framework, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'll really show the next few seasons, but...
No, that's good.
Win rate wasn't a thing on top of my list.
So yeah,
I mean, it was, but...
Yeah, no, but that's good.
Well played.
That's exactly what we need. But yeah, I think the problem that I have here is that I didn't actually manage to get to scout their base, so my search and destroy mechanism just involves flying my void rays to random locations because I assume that I've already scouted the main base, which I haven't.
LOL.
So yeah.
Seeing the void rays all over the map when you can't find,
Yeah.
searching for the last expansion or something, you know. Really
It's like-
good. I mean, it's like scattered all over the mini map, and wow, that's impressive.
We'll just go and look for stuff, but because my scouting didn't actually work properly because I tried to use the scouting thing for making the pylons as well. Oh, I think he's almost found it. But yeah, they're just going all the way around the map in random locations.
It's just a coincidence that it's all scattered, right? Or
Yeah.
is it
It's just random. I think it eventually gets there.
Yeah, once it's found the building, you'll all stream across the map.
Yeah. I'm now up to 200 supply as well, so come on guys, you can do it. There we go. See my great a great swarm across the map. Right, do you guys have
overkill?
a little bit, yeah.
Just got one building and two.
Right, do you guys have any other replays you want to go through, or anything like that? I think I want to go through one between. Should we go through? Right. No, I think there was a few Terran bot ones that I had against mine were quite interesting replays that I want to go through. So yeah, just have a look at this one, and then I think I'll just give it a rest for the evening. Because I think on this one I do actually get my cannons out. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm not sure how I end up losing this one, but I get my cannons out. And then
I'm just wondering, when you run these bots together, do you just put the maps into one folder, or you just leave, there's usually many ladder seasons folder, and then you
everything
run it from there is possible, because it's giving some problems to opening the map. See, when anyone wants to view the replay, they would have to copy the maps all over from the ladder seasons into the root of the map folder.
Yeah, generally I'll copy the maps into the local directory just so that everything in one directory.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, if you could just leave them in the path that they were supposed to be, I think you would make everyone, it'll be more convenient for everyone to.
Yeah,
see if they
so
check out the replay.
I didn't realise this before kind of last week when Kevin actually explained it to me that we could actually just grab the replays from the central server anyway. So that's probably what I'm going to try and do for next season, which will hopefully make it a lot easier for everyone.
Yeah, that might fix the problem.
Well, I mean, so the thing that I think, at least I didn't realize, is the maps from each season are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The season 2 of certain map, Beast of Reef or some map is different from the season 3 of the map. So
Yeah.
So we might have to do the subfolders.
Yeah.
I know originally I'm like, yeah, what's the point? But it seems like we do need to do that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'll definitely put that in for the next season. But yeah, I'll speak to Kevin and see if we can just get the maps from online and just have it as a central server. So hopefully that will solve our problems.
oh, by the way, we had so many people coming to the Discord these past few days.
That's been brilliant,
So-
hasn't it? Like, yeah.
Awesome.
I think we're getting a lot of people from like Nvidia and Blizzard in more now, so that's good. That's really going to help.
I mean, I think that was one of the biggest advantages of the workshop. I know you weren't there, Grips, but
Yeah.
I was like one of the Blizzard guys, and he's like, "Wow, I'm really surprised at how many people have been working on this. Like, we just got to like release the API, and it's like that was it. Like, we know DeepMind's working with this, but like we don't really know who else is working with it." Like, and then he's like, so yeah, there's a Discord, there's an AI ladder bot, there's AI bot ladder,
Yeah.
there's a wiki, there's huge community involvement, and he's like, wow, what's the link to the Discord? So,
Oh, that's awesome.
I think they'll be interested. At the workshop, there was about 60.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, like the DeepMind people were there, like Timo and Orion?
There was 2, maybe 3 people from DeepMind there.
Oh,
It was Timo and Oriole. I know they had to fly in from England, I think. So it was not the whole team. But Timo did Pi SC2 and Oriole's one of the researchers. Oriole still hasn't joined the Discord.
yeah.
I don't know what level of involvement these guys want to have on Discord. I'm really happy to have them around, but like...
Yeah. I mean, if they want to come in and want to participate in it, that's brilliant. Like, we'd love to have them, but like, if they want to do their own thing, then understand. But yeah.
Sure. I want to like drive them away with like trivial questions if they're just. I mean, I don't know what they. Basically, I love that they're here, and I don't want to drive them away at all. So, I don't think we will, but like, part of me is just like, oh no, what if we do?
No, I don't think it'll be easily driven away.
Especially the Blizzard people. I don't think the Blizzard people are going anywhere.
No, that's good.
They're very interested
Yeah.
in the community. Like, I think 2 or 3 different Blizzard people there is like, hey, let me know when you guys talk about the ladder stuff. Like, I want to be more involved in this. So.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm being nuked by Terranbot.
Oh.
I think he's just nuked himself more than anyone else, but like... Yeah, I think Terranbot eventually just managed to deal with my Void Race in this map, and then... And then he ends up taking me out, which is rather disappointing, but oh well. I think the biggest problem here was I let him have his first expansion, so it came out over here, and I didn't actually stop that with my cannon rush.
Yeah. Well, not much you can do about the high ground vision thing. It's
Yeah.
Protoss. With Terran, you just lift your buildings and fly over there. But
Yeah. But that's cool. Oh. Yeah, void rays into machines don't really work.
Yeah, that's the problem with going up the tech tree super fast.
Yeah.
Is Marines tend to beat everything. There's the joke that a bunch of Marines walk into the bar, and they ask, "Hey, where's the counter?" And the bartender says, for you guys, there is no counter." So. Yeah, so.
That's classic.
I know. With proper Marine micro, I don't think very many things can counter them. So.
Yeah. Oh. That's the next bot then.
That is true.
Yeah, I think I just mindlessly keep sending void rays at them, and yeah, they get destroyed.
Maybe you could like group them together, like.
I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
I did. I actually removed some of the grouping for this season because my idea was basically to have the void rays just do the finishing off. So the cannons were good there, and it was just going to sit there and contain them, and then I was going to get void rays to finish them off. But that didn't quite work out like that in this game. It actually worked out really well in most of the games, but yeah. In this game it was a bit...
It's probably the Marines are like perfect counter to the void ray, so I mean,
yeah.
Once first punch, the rest. I think that's I've got an idea. Like if you put if you maybe have a benchmark bot, like play against the built-in AI.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, right? Like just have one of those in as a benchmark next season, and then see how you guys perform, because I think the built-in AIs are pretty advanced.
Yeah.
I think it's even better than the command center, this current board, so command center board. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something we need to keep on. The basic Terran bots, the example bots are keeping us honest at least. They're keeping me slightly more than honest in this one.
are you gonna lose?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah.
There we go. Oh. There he goes. My last buildings. And there we go. But yeah, I mean...
So the updated command center done by Dave, is it going to be improving on like strategies and stuff like that?
He says he's gonna sort of like rewrite big bits of it, and then so that's all. I mean, it looks like it's going in a good direction anyway, and I mean, he's always got in constant development, and he's on the Discord server now, so yeah, it's looking pretty good.
The Brute War bot makers, they're not gonna shift to StarCraft 2 bots, right?
We've had a few that have shown up on the Discord and sort of like chat to us about it. I mean, they seem to be pretty positive about it. So I guess a few of them may do eventually.
Yeah.
But I don't think
I've known two of the bot makers. They are making the Brute War bots play against human, and I think they're good. Just gonna remain on StarCraft 1 bot.
Yeah, and
so,
the community for the community for that isn't going to die anytime soon. Like, I think a lot of new people will come first to StarCraft 2 because it's probably going to be easier to develop on. But I really hope the BW Brood War API community doesn't die, like, because they've come up with some amazing stuff. Like some of the bots, the bots on the Brood War, the bots on the Brood War ladder are way more advanced than the StarCraft 2 bots at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end the stream there. But so
Cool.
the basic takeaway is that there will be one more tournament on the DLL and face that will probably start either the end of this month or early next month. I mean, let's look at the dates. Let's set a date for it. Should we do the 27th of November? Yeah. That gives people like 2 and a bit weeks to get everything ready. So, yeah. 27th November will be the last tournament on the DLL interface, and then we'll move to the proxy. And that will be an ELO-based system. I'll probably remove some of the example bots for that, and maybe change the scoring systems so it doesn't incentivize people to just lift their buildings up for 45 minutes, hey doctor? No, I'm only kidding. No, it's a pretty good idea. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.